Yo, what's up, babies? And fuck, I fucked up the intro already. Anyways, it's your boy Tiger here, and today we're gonna be talking about the Cancer Cup for Umamusume or Pretty Derby. Before we get into it, let's just get a quick summary of what the Cancer Cup is. The Cancer Cup is a PvP event that happens every month. Now, every month it is different. This time it was the 1600-meter dash, the mile, pretty much. Last time it was the long, and I think before that was medium. So it does change. Keep that in mind. You can't be using the same Umas over and over. You can, but you won't be getting the best results. Now, what I will be talking in this video is the Umas I use, the legacies, the sparks, the support cards, how I trained them, how I shouldn't have trained them because I did fuck up, but that is perfectly fine. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm doing this without a script. Maybe I might use a script in a bit, and you will tell how differently I am talking and uh not pausing. Anyways, in the video that is gonna come up in a bit, it's going to be a reaction to or I just recorded it on my phone, so it's gonna be completely different. It's not gonna be a live reaction. It's just gonna be me talking on my Uma. So let me bring up the video. All right, right here, something I do want to say in the final race, every single Uma is going to have max mood. So you don't have to worry about getting bad mood or okay or awful and then having RNG fuck you over entirely. It's kind of like an even playing field. Again, look at my Ogre with the double triangle and my vodka with a singular circle. This did not look great for me. I was kind of hoping that the mood would raise up the shapes, and then to start off even worse, I ended up getting a late start with Oguri and Maruzensky. Now, I will talk about Maruzensky here a little bit, is that my Maruzensky was a little bit of pain in the ass to train because sometimes I would just barely meet the 1100 quota for speed, and my power would just be like at 700, 800 at the end of the run. So it wasn't even that great. But right here, Oguri kept hitting third, and all these activation skills is actually pretty good. I think for all of three of my Umas, I did end up getting wit at least 600. Uh, Again, I'll talk on Maruzeski here in a bit. She is not doing so well, and I actually have a reason on why she's not doing so well. So I'll bring it up in the end. My Maruzeski right there in the fucking bag. Right with vodka, she's over here playing end closer. So I have huge hopes right here for Oguri hitting second place. And then vodka just starts activating skills. Vodka starts going up. Went from like 8th place to 4th. More skills, and here comes her ultimate cut and drive at level 4. Something I did do in the uh in the career mode is just start busting out the races to get enough fans to get the upgrades. And we'll probably go into the Oguri cap right there, but I had like my heart was racing. I didn't know if that Oguri cap ended up winning, but then my vodka won. First, third, and ninth, Marzensky kinda not with the clutch, but I ended up getting first out of 1,091 people in Group B. It felt amazing. Getting my rewards right here was super juicy as well, as I ended up getting 1,000 carrots, 20 of the goddess things, a fuckload of coins, SP points, and it was just, and I got some titles. So let's go over my Umas real quick. Now, I have the Umas here that I ended up using for the Cancer Cup. So let's go over the ones that I started off with first, and then the ones I ended up using. So first, I ended up using this vodka. This was the vodka I ended up using, and the reason I did is because of max speed, 1100 power. Not that good abilities. I ended up using Swinging Maestro and stuff like that. For the inspirations, it was just speed, 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 and yeah, it it did not end well because I did not win any of my fucking races for the qualifiers for A group. The same thing with Oguri Cap. I ended up getting these few skills. This one had like all stamina, and this, but again, she just really couldn't push through with the skills. And Maruzensky, probably had it the worst. I did have three speed, 3 stamina, so plus 60 for each. Again, this is the support cards that I ended up using. That's the Marzensky I did use in the final race that I showed. This is compared to this one. This is the one that I ended up using, all stamina right here, angling and scheming. So like, yeah, I kind of missed out not using this Marzensky. I forgot to swap out, but I mean, I ended up winning. So let's go over on why you shouldn't be doing this. And the reason why you shouldn't is because it's the thing is, your Uma is just pretty much relying on herself, on her stats, which isn't bad. Look at the stats, it's not bad. It's max, it's 600, which is like the minimum required is 600 stamina, but the wit was just not there. So if I got rushed, I would just lose my stamina over time. The abilities just would not activate when I wanted them to, and it was just like unnecessary building. Again, the same thing with this Oguri cap. Even though I did have the right idea with the legacies, I just didn't get the right skills. I did the wrong thing for stuff that I probably didn't, and I know I could have done better. Marzensky, again, I'm so sorry. It was just horrible training, and by the time I was near the end of A group, I just couldn't train my Umas fast enough because I needed to go borrow, or not for you at least, but I needed to go borrow the better legacies from other people that I'm following. Now, let's talk about the vodka that ended up winning the race for us. As you can tell, these are all the skills that I ended up using. The most important skills for me was tail held high, ramp up, had probably a bunch of like nimble navigator, and what's like slur shifting gears, passing ability type stuff. Let's go over the support cards real quick. We'll go with the inspirations. It's probably the same thing. It's just all stamina. The inspirations, the reason I ended up using Sweep Tosho here is because she is the best, one of the best speed support cards that you can get, especially if you're not able to get a bunch of SSRs. The one thing that she has that I ended up liking was the charming ability, or the charming event. Charm here is she will show up and be like, you know, I can't find this cool magic stick, and then you'll be like, oh, let me help you out, and you'll get charming. What charming does is every time you train and there's the support cards that are there to help you, they will be getting extra bonus points to level up faster. That way you can use the friendship meters to get those big boosts of stats whenever you train. And the same thing for Nishino Flower. Even though she was level 35, I probably could have used a better power card, but the same thing, it was to trigger charming again, to, you know, have these two. That way I can trigger charming, I have a higher chance of triggering it, getting my rainbow training thing, and just start busting out the stats. Ended up having here Marvelous Monday, again, was for tail held high and ramp up. I think they're like very important skills that you would need, especially for PvP, because the more shit you activate, this activates and it gives you such a bigger boost. And Amazoness is because I think she was just better for vodka. She probably didn't have the best skills, but she had some good skills, and again, she was level 45, and I think it was just better than Agnes Digital, which I was using, and Kita-san Black, of course, because it is one of the best support cards for speed. It is the best, literally in SS tier. No reason not to use it. With the legacies and stamina, I didn't really have to put as much training into stamina or training like at all, because I would get like around 100 points for stamina, and for the 3 legacy events that you would trigger, you would end up getting 300 bonus points. So I just have to do power and this and that every now and then to get that. The wit was used to make sure that my skills activated, making sure everything happened. If I were to get rushed, I could shake it off, decrease stamina much slower, and know how to navigate. So very important for vodka. The same thing here for Oguri right here. Tail held high was probably the best thing. No swinging maestro because it is mile, so it's like one corner, I think. So you don't really need the ultimate golden skill. I did get it for Gourmand because I do think it's very important for her. Again, navigator, navigation, speed, firm condition. I don't know why. I think it was because I just had bonus points I didn't know what to put into. Ended up getting S pace, and again stamina. The cards, the same cards used right here. Another thing that I did end up doing is I did a handful of races, making sure I ended up winning. One of them I didn't, yeah. And the whole reason I did races, not just for Guri, but for Vodka and Marozensky, was for Valentine's Day and April of the second year. Depending on how many fans you had, you would get an upgrade or a boost to your main skill. So it would boost it up by, or 3, because it's Valentine's, April, and then late December, which is Christmas. So you get 3 levels up for your skill, and it's just good. So the first time for Valentine's Day, you need 60,000 fans, and then April you need 70,000, and by the end of the year you need 120,000. So don't forget to do your races because it is important. Again, you also get skill points. So for like Vodka right here, cut and drive was really important. She really did push through with the races, even though I didn't get no S for pace, late, medium, mild, turn, doesn't matter. I didn't get no ace, but it did not matter at all. This is, once you start doing the right training, you start getting the right Uma for the thing. Marozensky, like I did, this is the one that I ended up accidentally using, even though I did get 3 power, which is kind of fucking cool. Support cards, she just couldn't push at the final because she didn't have enough skills, and even with the skills she did have, she just couldn't use them because the wit just was not there. The wit was right here, but again, didn't use her. But just focus, early lead, shifting gears, acceleration, fast pace. The reason I have fast and early pace is if you're lacking power, you can have this, so it's easier for your Uma to push through the race to go to the front. So she was there, had Moxie and straightaway recovery for the stamina recuperation and for the careers. I have my own kit this on black at 45, but I ended up using twin turbo, and the reason I used twin turbo was for Moxie as well, and some other skills like fast pace, early lead were also there. Instead of Amazon, I used Mihono Bourbon for the front runners and focus. And again, I did not get Tell Held High, but I did get Ramp Up from Marvelous Monday or Sunday. I know it's one of those two, don't blame me. So these are the elements that I ended up using. The training that I ended up switching the regiment. Instead of putting all max speeds for like legacies, I ended up using stamina. That way I didn't have to train at all, and I could just push more power, I could push more wit, I could push more speed into my Uma. That way I could get a much better stat spread. As you can tell with Marozensky, again going with the Marozensky I sadly did not use. This would have been the perfect Marozensky to end up using. She probably would have even gotten first too, if I'm being honest. So it was fun. It was a little frustrating sometimes where Tell Held High just would not appear. Like this one, even though I did get Tell Held High, I didn't get Ramp Up. Ramp Up didn't appear, so it was very annoying when I would do some runs and just not get the skills that I wanted. I did get Tell Held High and Ramp Up for this vodka right here, so that was very nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Umas that I ended up using, and for this PvP for the Cancer Cup. Now next time I'll probably be showing, there's going to be a medium that's going to be coming in the hopefully upcoming month. That's going to be November, so it's going to be like 2,400 meters, I guess. Hopefully I can push out more content to help out as we're going closer to the deadline. And yeah, I do have the video for the long, I think it was Gemini Cup. A sneak peek, I ended up using this gold ship. Not that good, I know. But it was just a bunch of stamina. I didn't have the right support cards. This Mihono Bourbon that I ended up using. And it was one of these TM Operos. But I do have the video. I'll probably be going through it as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my little rambling about my Cancer Cup experience getting first place. This is my second time getting first place. I did get second on the Gemini or Tauros. It was one of those. But yeah, hopefully I can help you guys later in the future when we come closer to doing the other cup for PvP. Other than that, it's been your boy Taiga. Peace.